Big one. Commanders in the city of brotherly love, taking on the Eagles. This feels like the division winner is going to win this game to me. Who do you like?
So Eagles are in first in the NFC East because of winning percentage. They just have one less loss.
Yep.
And Philly's a 2 seed. Commanders are the 6.
Mm-hmm.
Phillies, man. Philadelphia Eagles in this matchup. That defense has been great since their Week 5 bye. The pressure, they have one of the highest pass rush win rates. They have Kenyon Mitchell shutting down one side of a field. Cooper DeJean is finally finding his way on the field after taking some time to get acclimated to the NFL. Jayden Daniels and his Commanders offense is top 10 across the boards in almost everything. They're one of the most efficient offenses in the NFL. But you look at the matchups that they faced throughout the season, they faced soft defenses. They have.
Yeah.
Look at what happened against the Steelers. Held to a career low in completion percentage. Now they put up 27 points, but just kept him out of sorts. This Eagles defense is top half, if not top 12 in the league, led by Vic Fangio. Mm-hmm. It's a defense that makes a difference for Philly, and it's a defense that makes a difference for the Commanders, where they've been really bad against the run.
Yeah, they have.
And with Saquon Barkley putting together the year he has, on 20 touches, he's averaging over 120 yards per game. 20 total touches, because that's how you have to do with it with a weapon like him. On top of A.J. Brown, back, healthy, taking and being an extra layer to this offense, and Jalen Hurts cleaning up the turnovers. It's all the talent on this Philly roster. They are one of the most talented rosters in the NFL.
I'd argue the most talented.
Exactly. Yeah, I wouldn't hate it. This Commanders defense is a lot of question marks. We'll see if we get Marshawn Lattimore, but this will be his week and a half since being traded there.
Yeah.
That's still a lot to get used to. I like Philly in this one a lot. Home, their defense, but then offensively, how they match up. They win at the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, and that's where the Commanders' weakness is. Jayden Daniels hasn't not been great against pressure, and this pass rush from Philly is finally starting to get home.
It always makes for a better segment when we disagree.
See,
I'm taking the Commanders on the road here.
Okay.
And here's why. All your points are great. I mean, it's hard to argue any of that. I would just say I don't love the schedule that the Eagles have had, where they've looked hot and they've been hot and they've won all these games and they look like they have it together. There's two things I don't really trust with the Eagles right now. Number one is Nick Sirianni, and that's not going to change. Number two has changed for me and flip-flopped by the week almost, it feels like. I am and was a bigger Jalen Hurts fan than I am now. Yeah. But I don't know. Last season, he didn't have a great season. I didn't like that he was kind of moping around. I didn't trust that at all. Where's all the heartfelt pump-up speeches, bro? You're supposed to be this great leader. He was moping around. It was a bad season. They had injuries. Him and Sirianni, something's going on there. They're not on the same page. We come to find out that it was bigger than we thought last season. Yeah. This season, they're healthier. They're more explosive, but they haven't beat anyone. And I still don't love what I've seen from Jalen Hurts. It's kind of inconsistent. I still believe something's up with him and Sirianni. I say all that to say, I think the Commanders come in this game. I need to see if Brian Robinson Jr. is back. I believe they can run the football, kind of go time of possession here. And I can't believe I'm saying this, I like Jayden Daniels. I trust him more than I do Jalen Hurts in this spot. I like the rook to go on the road, steady hand, not be worried about the stage, what's at stake, prime time, none of that. He's going to be just fine. Although he's come back to earth lately, I do think he's going to outplay Jalen Hurts. That's my biggest bet here. I'll take the Commanders. You're not going to stop Saquon. You're not going to stop the run. But I'll take them to neutralize the run game, meaning no big plays. Saquon's a home run hitter too. Mm-hmm. Don't give up the big play in the run game. I mean, if the Eagles are trying to run the ball down your throat and you're running the ball effectively, I think it's going to come down to quarterback play. And I trust right now, Jayden Daniels, been in league 5 minutes. I trust him more this season than I do Jalen Hurts. I think he'll be the steady hand. I like Dan Quinn more than I do Sirianni. I think the Commanders down the stretch make the plays, manage the clock, make the chess moves necessary to win this game on the road in Philly. I'll take the Commanders.
Last Thursday night, we had Lamar, Joe Burrow.
We did.
Game of the year.
Yeah.
This Thursday, we have Jayden Daniels, Jalen Hurts. Could be game of the year as well. I do give the advantage of the Commanders to the head coach. I really do not like Nick Sirianni
Me either,
at
bro.
all. He's doing too much, trying too hard.
Yeah.
Seems like he's trying to make up for last season's like shortcomings. It's odd. He's overcompensating somewhere.
Sure.
But Jalen Hurts has played winning football. While Jayden Daniels, we've seen the struggles come to be, where his completion percentage has dropped off. His total impact on the game has dropped off. Now, the Commanders, I give them credit. 1-point loss to the Steelers, lose by 7 to
They're
the Ravens.
playing real teams.
When you play quality teams, they stick with them.
That's
and
right.
that's what says a lot to me. As much as I'll rip on their defensive
Yes.
schedule they faced, they stick with them. But this Philly team's really good. And is A.J. Brown now 5 games back from injury? 4 of the last 5, 80-plus receiving yards. Add in a Devontae Smith. Add in the layer that Saquon does. There's so many tough matchups that this Philly offense presents, and they've been hitting their stride lately. I just keep going back to it. It's bigger than Jalen Hurts, who I do trust, and I will take him.
You'll take him over Jayden.
I take him over Jayden. He's at home. Philly's a tough environment.
Yep.
To me, more importantly, it's the backup Jalen Hurts has.
Sure.
A defense to fall back on, a top 3 receiver in the league in A.J. Brown, and one of the most dominant running backs in the league. If Derrick Henry wasn't having the year he was having, I would say it's
he's one of the best.
It's so much going on around Jalen Hurts.
Yep.
And this locker room, it was rocky start, man. You look at success rate on defense, you look at EPA allowed, and they're one of the top in the league. And when you take away that success rate, which is basically 1st and 10, do you get half the yardage? 2nd and 10, do you get half of the yardage to get the first down? 3rd or 4th down, you need to move the sticks.
Sure.
They don't allow that to happen. And when you continue to put opposing offenses behind the sticks, 2nd and long, 3rd and long, and they start pressing, especially a rookie that will make mistakes, that's where it shines through for me. And that's what I go back to. In those money downs, Philly wins.
All right.
Both sides.
Let's end it with score predictions. Before we get to that, for context, because I said they haven't played anyone in this win streak. Eagles have won 5 straight. Look hotter than fish grease. I won't deny it. Here's who they've beat. Coming out of their bye week, they beat the Browns. They beat the Giants. They beat a struggling Bengals team at that time. Bengals had not righted their ship yet. They beat the Jaguars. And they, of course, just blew out the Cowboys in Big D without Dak.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
I'm going to go.
Who are you playing?
I'm going to go 29-26 Commanders. Jayden Daniels makes the plays down the stretch. Game-winning drive. My favorite bet of the night, I'm going to go Jayden Daniels rush touchdown.
Yeah.
Plus 210. Because he's dual threat as they come to. Give me Jayden Daniels outplay. Jalen Hurts, I'll take Commanders 29-26.
Same on the front. These are 2 teams. Like, this is who are you and are you quality team? Because the Commanders wins, Carolina, Chicago, New York, and they lose to Pittsburgh. Now, Pittsburgh came down to we need to, on a hard count, move
And
the
Ravens.
sticks.
They lost to Ravens, too.
I'm sorry. The Commanders beat the Panthers, Chicago, New York. Yes, they lost to the Ravens.
Yep.
And that's where I give them credit.
Yes.
They only
Yes.
lost by 7.
Right.
And that game came down to the wire. I'm taking the Eagles on this one. And the final score on this, it comes back to the defense. And I just think how many which ways Philly can break them. 34-24, Philly wins. And I also have them covering because if you're lucky, you'll get Philly -3 now.
Right.
It's 3.5, 4 in some books. So I think Philly covers and they win. I also like the over by saying that final score too. It's around 49. If you want to go with one side, you could go over. I just like going on the side of Philly more.
It's a big one tonight. I can't wait for it.